For decades, people around the world have displayed a range of special powers and abilities. These powered beings came together and built superpowered cities to thrive in. My name is Angus, and I'm a journalist for the Daily Deposit. My partner Sal and I interview the citizens of Super City, investigating incidents and exploits, and helping where we can, holding the powerful accountable. Because heroes don't do paperwork.
All right, yeah, I'll take one of the Garfield talking about how much he hates, and then it would be the prophecy, it'd be like the speech bubble where the prophecy is explained in the speech bubble. Yeah, I'll take one of those in a large. Could you get one that kind of looks like a fold out Chinese food menu, except each of the menu items is a different aspect of the prophecy, kind of like
Hey,
the panels of the shirt? Oh, what's up?
sorry,
Did you want
just
one of these shirts? I'm ordering more of those prophetic shirts.
I'm good. I'm good from Chekhov's
Chekhov shirts, yeah.
Chekhov shirts. No, I'm good. I just you really leaning into it, you just really like.
Look, I don't know what to tell you, Angus, but I'm really appreciating just having a shirt that tells me what's coming up.
It okay, no, you're right.
I
You're right. It is nice.
I
Okay,
think it's
go
gonna
ahead
be
and
my
finish your
thing.
order.
It's gonna be my thing.
It's your thing now. Yeah, all right, go ahead and finish your order. Well, you got one more shirt on that order maybe too?
Yeah. Could you get me one where it's like a bunch of ants marching to a picnic, except their marching line spells out the prophecy?
Mhm.
Oh, you can do that. But it has to be red ants. It can't be black ants. Okay. Okay. Yeah, okay. Is it at least like a sunny day for the picnic? It is. Good. Okay. Yeah, okay. I'll take the red ants sunny day picnic, spelling out the prophecy. Is it possible to ask that these all be positive prophecies? I can't. Oh. Well, do what you can, I suppose. All
All
right.
right.
All right, I'll stop by after work and pick them up. Thank you.
All right, you're good. You're good.
Yeah.
All
The
right.
order submitted.
Hello, super citizens, and welcome to Heroes Don't Do Paperwork, the only podcast about events both big and small in Super City. I'm one of your hosts, Angus, joined by my co-host Sal.
Yep.
We're, of course, reporters in Super City. We work at the Daily Deposit, and we write and do podcasts about all the goings on. So, yeah.
And there's tons goings ons these days. If my wardrobe is anything to go by, every day there are more things goings ons.
Yes. Actually, it's funny you bring up the shirts kind of jogged this memory for me, Sal. You were saying how it's nice to know, it's nice to kind of know what's coming. You get
Every time I
prophecy.
put on a shirt or a
Yeah.
pair of pants now,
Oh, they do pants now too.
they do pants now.
They do pants now too. Well, that's good. I've got kind of a similar. Well, kind of. It's tangential. Because I finally got my apartment, right.
Of course.
I've got my little one unit. It's like one. I think it's a meter and a half by a meter and a half
Yeah, you
by
called it the
4.5 meters.
the
It's
1x1x4 unit. Yeah.
yeah, it's like a tall closet that I kind of do like a hammock thing with my cables, and I kind of just I string those up from the ceiling. I kind of lay in it like a hammock. But I never told you where it was.
Well,
Well,
shoot, brother.
I got shoot, brother. I like the finger gun, Sal. Wow, that's cool. I like that. You should do that more.
I feel like I'm a different persona when I wear the shirts.
I know, right? Well, so my room is actually it's actually above a Chinese takeout place and below a shawarma place. So it smells really good. And actually, because we don't make a ton of money doing
We do not.
we do not make a ton of money working here. So
You
I've
live in a
just been
closet.
I live in a closet. Well, and mainly my meals right now. The Chinese takeout place that every week or so they throw a giant garbage bag full of expired fortune cookies outside, and so I've been eating those mainly. I get because I take the discarded pita from the shawarma place. I fill it with fortune cookies, kind of mash that up, and that's kind of mainly my diet right now. But I get to pick these little affirmations and little fortunes out of my teeth as I walk to work. So yeah, I got a
Yeah,
good one this morning actually.
actually explains a lot
Yeah.
because you every time you see any number, you just say that's my lucky number,
That's
and
my
it would
lucky.
make
Well, I
sense.
got
It makes
I
sense
get quite a
already.
few lucky numbers. Still no winning lottery tickets, but yeah.
But you were saying it's been having an impact in your life now.
Well, yeah, like fortune cookies. I find there's an art to writing a good fortune cookie. I have no experience in this. Obviously, I barely have any experience writing, as our readers can tell. But yeah, no, there's this it's just something. There's an art to writing like a vague fortune cookie. Like I got
Mhm.
one this morning that said, "You are optimistic and outgoing." That's just like a compliment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Not
That's
even
like
a fortune, so much of it is the
it's just
description.
yeah. Oh, and then I got another one right here. Actually, it says good things are being said about you. So that's kind of a fortune, I think.
Oh.
I think.
Now that I'm looking at the jacket you're wearing, I thought it was one of those, like, leather
Hmm.
jackets with tassels, but I'm
Yeah,
realizing
with the
it's just like a
fringe.
regular corduroy jacket with
Yeah,
fortunes as the
yeah.
fringe.
It's a corduroy denim blend, and the sleeves both have instead of fringe, they have fortune cookies.
Let me just pluck one off here.
Yep.
Um, Patience often leads to virtue. This one must have been poorly translated.
Well, they're not all winners, but it's so I've been doing that. I've been doing that. That's what I've been doing lately. I've kind of been shirking off my writing a little bit for the
Yeah,
columns we're doing.
you keep getting emails about that.
Yeah, yeah. And I find honestly, it's one of those things where it's just like if I don't respond to the email, I, problem solved.
Yeah, probably. I You know what? We'll talk about your performance after the fact. Um, it's probably not pertinent to today's episode.
No,
Um,
no, we should be talking a bit about what we're writing, right?
sure. You already covered that you're not writing much
Well,
of anything.
okay, no, that's not true. That's not true. I am kind of working on a foodie style food column about the fusion the shawarma Chinese food fusion that goes on in my apartment, but it's kind of more of a slice of life personal experience article.
Oh,
Yeah.
do you do you have anything prepared? I'd love to read a bit of it.
Oh yeah, sure. Here you go. Just take a look at that. It's mainly about how you know uh garlic sauce. You smother garlic sauce on pretty much anything, and it's going to taste good.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
that's essentially the main crux of the article, I would say, probably.
Yeah. Wow. You managed to write a full page about that.
Yeah. Well, it's a lot of
Double sided too.
yeah. Well, hey man, you remember my
You,
writing when we
you didn't
used to
even
work for
fudge the margins.
no,
That's,
no,
that is
no,
edge
man.
to edge about
That
garlic
that
sauce.
if I have one skill in this world besides podcasting, it's like vamping and like filling space with meaningless drivel. You know.
Hmm.
What about you? What are you writing about?
Well, I've been on such a huge, such a huge kick with all this fortunes and prophecy stuff that I've been helping out with the horoscopes a bit, and
Oh, good. Good.
it's really fun because you can just put anything down on paper and it will probably come true for someone.
I like this. I feel like this should become a bigger part of the show. Us
Mhm.
predicting the future, us doing all these things.
We could open up a phone line and people call in and they say what's going to happen, and then we just say stuff that's going to happen to them.
Yeah.
I'm going to get on the phone and order more shirts.
You wanna you sure about that, man?
Look,
Actually,
they're
you know what?
really
You do that. I'm gonna eat a few more fortune cookies. Honestly, I kind of just feel it now. My blood sugar's low. I got to get some more cookies and more affirmations in me. Okay.
Good morning.
Oh, hello.
Hello. I hope I have the right office. I'm looking for Angus and Sal.
Uh, yeah, that's us.
Are you
That would
looking
be
for
the two of
Sal?
you?
You're looking for Sal Bedfellow?
That's who it says here.
Okay, good,
That
good.
would
Then
be you, sir?
that's this office, yeah.
Yeah.
A-
Can we help? Can
And
we
and
help
you,
you?
sir, with the terrifying get up would be Angus?
Yeah. Well, it's a pulsating backpack of flesh, but
Yeah,
yeah.
I-
that's his body.
Wonderful.
Can we
Gentlemen,
help you?
yes, actually you can. Or perhaps more accurately, you can help yourselves. Gentlemen, my name is Altoid Bench of the Temporal Audit Agency,
Oh God.
and boys, we need to have a talk.
Oh
Oh,
boy.
what's this you're handing me here?
Well,
We're being.
Sal, you've been served.
Oh no,
Oh,
we're being served. Altoid, Mr. Bench, do you mind hanging around just for just a moment? We actually have to go to ads right now. Can we come back and talk to you about whatever this issue is?
For sure. Would it be all right if I just stare at the wall while that happens?
Please be my guest.
Arcane Ninja RPG tells a story about ninjas and magic by mixing improv and role-playing. Meet our fledgling ninja and fall for them as they take their graduation exam and stumble upon unknown magic that will send them in an epic adventure. Root for them as the dice dictate just how successfully they face the threatening challenges that lay ahead. Binge on published episodes at the Pod Cavern Network or your podcast station of choice. Tune in every other Tuesday for your bi-weekly fix of Arcane Ninja RPG. Thanks for listening!
Jeez, he has not moved an inch.
yeah. Well, it's uncanny because, like, watch. I'm gonna just swivel his chair here,
Mm-hmm.
but his head just sort of remains fixed in place, almost like an owl.
Yeah. Excuse me, Mr. Bench.
Man, we're back.
Altoid, yes, we are back. Altoid, can I call you Altoid? Al,
You
do
can
do
call
have a
me
preference?
Agent Bench, Benchy, Mr.
Okay.
Bench.
Oh, right. Okay. Well,
Altoid's more of a family name, you understand.
of course, it's a very beautiful name. I actually haven't really
Sure.
heard any names like that before.
Really, it says here that the Altoid name originated in your century.
Really? Well, I know so that's okay. So I do know. There's like a breath mint.
Yes, you're welcome.
Thank you. So maybe that there's some kind of crossover there. So
Well, let's not go talking about crossovers. You got enough on your plate, gentlemen, without introducing crossover episodes.
you're you're right.
That's a whole other form.
Okay, so if we're understanding the papers we've been served here, you have some kind of issue with the
You have a
temporal-
problem with my shirts.
Well, here's the thing, gentlemen. It's now, frankly, I love what you do here. All right, I've been following you for a little bit, and
thank you.
I'm what you might call, a fan. But I'm not sure if you are aware that there are certain guidelines when muddling in the future and the realm of what might be.
We were not aware. We
No.
figured by and large that the future wasn't really set unless, you had a shirt.
Yeah. I kind of take the James Cameron approach. No future, etc. Whatever the Terminator movies were about.
Yeah, a lot of people who are unfamiliar with our agency try what we call the Cameron defense. It has a tendency to flop on the third, fourth, and fifth attempts, if you catch my
I
drift.
think also a sixth.
What?
Yeah, sorry, you
I
might
just
not have known
need to
about
make
that.
a note here. We're gonna have a talk. Well, that'll be a later issue.
Mhm.
Yeah, you're not being, accused of any crimes or anything. Ignorance is a perfectly valid defense when dealing with temporal anomalies and breaking future law.
Oh, that's fortunate.
Yes,
That's
but
great,
there
yeah.
is still paperwork that needs to be done, and there are certain
Ugh.
bylaws that need to be followed. I'm here to explain things to you, gentlemen, so that you do not get into trouble, because if you do not fix the situation that you have created, the next person who talks to you will not be an auditor. It will be a time warrior.
Oh
dear.
god, that sounds
Oh dear.
very intimidating. Well,
And-
okay.
Yes, they are awful. You do not want to meet them. But Sal, you said, the future is not fixed unless, written
You
in
have a shirt.
stone or shirt. Yeah. How many shirts would you say you've accumulated prophecies on at this point in time?
Oh dear. I'm probably up at about 68. Yeah.
Really, Sal?
It's
I just got you the first one like a week
I
or two
I
ago.
don't know what to tell you.
Wow.
These shirts talk to me.
Well,
son,
they
you
fit
got a
you real well.
problem. Yeah, they do flatter you, but you're wearing two right now that
Mhm.
directly contradict each other. You're beginning to see a problem.
I don't see what the problem is about this first shirt I'm wearing that shows me surrounded by children and a loving family,
Mhm.
and
Mm-hmm.
the shirt underneath it that shows me as a bloodthirsty tyrant lording over all of Super City.
Yeah,
I
like a
don't.
horrifying flip book your
Wow.
personage is.
Wow.
Hmm.
Perhaps this chart will help.
Oh, it does.
This here is the timeline you were originally on,
Yeah,
yes?
yeah, it's a
Right.
straight line. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of how we like time to exist for most people, right? A clear fourth dimensional passage towards your eventual infinitude.
Right.
Now,
I think I
here
understand. Yeah.
is an overlay of the shenaniganry
Oh
that
boy.
y'all have inflicted upon your personal timelines.
Would it
You
be
see,
fair to describe this overlay as almost a bowl of spaghetti-esque assortment of lines?
yes, here you can see the many different noodles, if you will, caused by your shirts. Here is a meatball that consulting a literal psychic threw into the
Yes.
mix.
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
yes.
that one's on me. I should have been. I just thought it would be fun for the show. Thankfully, that episode was erased.
And you know, the ratings are one thing, but boys, you're being pulled in a lot of directions.
Is the sauce on this bowl of spaghetti prophecy, the sauce here, is that Road Warrior prophecy?
Yeah, that's sort of what we call the apocalypse soup there.
Mm,
A
mm.
lot of stuff is converging on that one actually, but
Interesting. It's kind of like the cosmic gumbo. Oh, you wouldn't know about that, but we recently went on like a dimension hopping, and there was also kind of a lot of gumbo metaphors.
we'll have to look into that. I
Or
do love
stew.
a good gumbo stew. Uh,
Yes.
Yeah, boys, I don't mean to alarm you, but if you continue to learn this much about your own futures, plural, eventually you're going to end up in too many lanes at once. You ever try to merge into traffic on a busy day?
Oh, yeah, of
All
course.
the time.
Imagine that if instead of picking a lane to merge into, instead your mind, body, and soul were split into a series of infinitely small pieces, all in separate cars that then crashed.
I'm gonna level with you, Altoid. That is very difficult to picture.
Yeah, it does sound terrifying though. Like I am
Mhm.
kind of scared. So
You
I
should be.
look, my backpack shivered. You
you're
see that?
scaring this
Absolutely awful.
spaghetti bowl straight.
Okay, wait. Can we
I'll
just
put away the chart here.
can we just okay? Can we just take it down for a second? Just bring it down. You know, like I this is a really serious problem. But like I'm noticing something here, Agent Bench. We don't really know anything about you. Would it be okay to just ask you before we go any further? Would it be okay to ask you a few questions about you, just so we understand who we're working with?
Oh, I suppose that would be all right. I'm just a humble temporal auditor, but yeah, I suppose if you need to check my bona fides, we can have a conversation.
I
I've got
really do
time.
appreciate it. And think about it this way: you get to be a guest on the show you've heard a few times. You know.
Now that is exciting. All right.
So,
You have my attention. What do you want to know?
so
Oh, I've got a question.
go for it.
You've listened to our show. You also, I assume, have access to information along the timeline. Which is our best episode?
Oh yeah. It's okay if we haven't done it yet.
Well, that is the thing. Do you want to know the best episode that you've done so far, or do you want to know what will be your best episode?
Oh,
I would
God.
like to know the best episode ever that we put out.
Yeah.
The best episode that you ever put out, I cannot talk too much about because it could endanger the timeline, but suffice to say, Carnegie Hall will never be the same again.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh, okay. Oh, interesting.
I'm gonna have to look
Okay.
up a Carnegie Hall.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. Oh, well, I appreciate that. Mr. Bench, Agent Bench. So you've been working for this temporal agency.
Yes.
What would you call it?
Is the Temporal Auditor Agency.
Oh, okay. Cool. Oh,
The
okay.
TAA.
TAA.
The TAA.
I like that. Okay, so you've been working for the TAA. Clearly, I mean, I think Sal and I can tell just from looking at you. You're not from our time.
That would be a fair assessment, yes.
That would be fair. When are you from, I guess?
Well, I'm from everywhere, really.
Oh, good.
You know, when you work in this agency, eventually you're sort of outside time.
Mhm.
I suppose if you want to know about way back when and where, I am from the 27th and 1/4 century.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sort of one of the more recent additions to the TAA is accepting auditors born before the 82nd millennium, when the agency was founded. But
Mhm.
some of those of us who have, stumbled upon the existence of the timeways on our own before the mass commercialization of time travel
Mhm.
have been invited to group interviews, and then there's a sort of, you know, moving on to the next pool process, and then you
Oh,
do a
sounds
sort of
rigorous.
practical test. It's an incredibly bureaucratic organization, yes.
Wow.
Originally founded to herald the coming of the great time wars and their warriors, it has grown into more of an organization around keeping paperwork and informing people of minor infractions.
Yeah, it kind of seems like everything exciting in our world eventually turns into some kind of bureaucratic mess.
There's a
Bureaucratic
reason
mess.
for that, but you're not ready to know about it yet.
Of course. Well, okay.
Oh, what would I have to do to be ready to learn about that?
Sal, get up. You don't have to kneel in front of. Come on.
No,
So,
come
Now,
on.
I'm no time warrior, son. You don't need to be doing that prostrating. Uh, if you were serious about becoming a TA, then you would have to know where to start.
Sounds
wow.
like I'd need to know when to start. Huh?
Ooh.
That's very good. I'm just going to make a note here on the clipboard for no reason.
Nice.
Well, Agent Bench. This is one of my favorite questions that I ask every guest. Of course, you don't have to answer, only if you feel comfortable. But do you have like a kind of a special power or like a superpower?
My power is the ability to always know exactly what happened 17 minutes ago, no matter
Good,
where I am.
good, good. I
This is why I
guess.
wear so many watches set to different time zones.
Oh wow. Okay. So I thought those were sleeves. I thought those were decorative, but you're full sleeves of
It's a
watches.
full
That's
watch sleeve, as they
hmm.
say, yes. I recall in my formative years, it was incredibly specific to the point of being unusable, because wherever I was, I had likely been 17 minutes ago.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're usually
But
somewhere for about 17
you're
minutes
usually
generally.
somewhere for at least 17 to 25 minutes, give or take. These are real statistics, gentlemen.
Of
But
course.
once you gain the ability to travel to specific points in time,
Hmm.
sort of on a case by case basis, uh, it really pays to know exactly what has happened to you previously along that timeline. So,
At least 17 minutes. It sounds like it'd be a good way of, getting a foot in with a conversation. Just like, how was you getting that coffee that I assume you purchased? That
yes,
happened.
that can freak people out,
Oh,
believe it
wow.
or not.
Oh, yeah.
Lot of people do not like to be reminded of the immediate past in
Mhm.
such a stark manner, but sometimes people are, not so recipient to being served these papers, and sometimes, you got to try again.
Now, I do want to ask you about this kind of this machine that you arrived in.
Oh,
It,
yeah, I
it's a
hope
little
it's all
hard for
right
me
if
to
I parked
comprehend.
it there.
Of
Yeah.
course, of course. I mean, honestly, that guy's desk, we don't even like that guy. So
Well,
it's
that's
fine
good.
that
Fuck that guy, I
his
suppose.
desk was like incinerated when
Mhm.
you're.
Yes.
Thankfully, he wasn't there. Of course, Chuck. I hope you're doing okay. But you know,
The time evator does run a little bit hot when it has
okay,
to run this far into the
right,
past, but
because it does kind of operate like an elevator. I'm
it,
glad.
in
I'm glad it's
many
called that.
ways it is similar to a sort of elevator from I might be getting my centuries mixed up here, but when you were young, did you have a person in sort of a fun outfit who would have to run the elevator for you,
Not
or was that
quite. That's quite a bit before my
a
time.
little bit before
Oh,
your time?
interesting. I was going to say, it sounds like you've heard of my mother.
She had a fun elevator outfit, did she?
And she was tall enough to push the buttons when I was a child.
Right.
That is the primary use of adults to the young, is the ability to reach tall buttons.
So you came because I did, obviously I was facing in the direction when you arrived, but you
Yes, that's
came
key,
kind of
yeah.
you kind of came from down, like you it's almost like you were coming down a floor when you kind of
Yes,
came down.
the future is
Is
up.
up. The future is up. Good. Okay, great. I was curious. That was going to be my intuitive guess, I think, but that's cool. I'm glad it works out that way. That's very intuitive. The
It
future
is
up.
very helpful. Yeah, well, we could have declared sort of down as up or the future as the past, but it just sort of worked out that
Yeah.
the way the
Temporal
universe is
north
ordered. Yeah, temporal north is also up. Is very convenient for map making.
Almost
It
like
is.
a film reel as the newer scenes come down over
You're right.
It's
Yeah.
Yes, you're beginning to understand, gentlemen, that the universe wants to order itself in a certain way. And what you've created here with your antics is
director's
several
cut.
different it in a way, none of these prophecies are false, you understand.
Right. They're all
of
true. That's the problem.
Yes, they are all up. You are
Gotcha. Yeah.
in many ways standing on the bottom floor of many different hotels, looking up and deciding which elevator you want to take.
I
Any of
see.
them are completely valid futures, and I'm not here to tell you which you must get into and push the buttons, but it would be a bit of a faux pas to press all of the buttons in the
Right.
elevator when there are other people who also need to get on.
I
So
think I
if I'm
understand what you're saying.
understanding this, oh, sorry, it sounds like we're both coming to a realization.
It
at the
sounds like
same
we're
time.
both
That's
understanding.
good,
Why don't you go for it. I think we both reached a moment of clarity here. Go ahead, Sal.
You're saying that in order for this to be rectified, we have to choose one prophecy
Yes,
to stick with.
I think so. Right?
Yes, just as you just made a decision to live in the timeline where Sal explained the situation, you
Oh,
must make a decision of which reality to live. Yeah,
Wow.
nothing wrong with the reality in which Angus explains, but you cannot have both at once, or it's just temporal noise. And there are other.
Honest. Our podcast, some of the negative reviews of our podcast have just been, this is just a bunch of temporal noise. These two guys keep talking over each other. So no, I'm glad we went with that path. It's kind of, I've got a bit of FOMO. I think, I feel like I'm missing out on the universe where I explained it. But honestly, how different could it be, right?
Yes, no, I would not let fear of multiversal oblivion stop you from. Is that not what that means in this?
No, I honestly, I think that's what it should be now. FOMO.
That's fair. Yeah, but that is not to scare you, but that is a very real possibility.
Okay. Look, oh yeah, my backpack it shriveled up again. I'm definitely afraid. You can tell.
It is cold
See?
in here.
It's also a little cold.
it's a little bag shrinkage.
Yeah, well, I've got this fan blowing right. I'm sitting right under the duct, so.
Well, that's good. Well, I mean, not to influence, anything in the past, but it's not going to be very cold for very much longer for you.
Oh, good. Okay, good. I'm glad.
Oh dear.
That's one we don't get to pick.
No, that decision is sort of already in the process of being made.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We just get to live with the consequences. All right. Well, okay. Well, Agent Bench. Then I guess you need us to kind of finalize this, and you need us to pick one of these prophecies. Now, granted, quite a few have popped up. I don't know how we're gonna go about picking, right, Sal? Like,
Well, I'll simplify it for us. I've already taken off my shirts and I put them in the garbage bin. We don't need to.
oh my
worry about
god,
those ones.
even the one where you had a happy family.
Yeah, I've never really pictured myself as a family person.
Cool. Wow. And I gotta say, those things burn really fast.
Really fast
Whoa.
and surprisingly purple.
Yes. Oh, I don't know. That is what it is. I don't know if I've ever seen purple flames before. Okay. So that
You're gonna
narrows
see
it
a
down
lot
bunch.
more of it if we don't make some decisions here.
Well, okay, and actually, now that I think about it, I eat all the fortunes that I get, like the little pieces of paper, so that kind of destroys them. Does that count? Those ones are off the table too now?
It might, depending on sort of what you got going on inside there.
I mean,
It's a mess.
Yeah, I drink mainly energy drinks, so my stomach acid has become, I would say, like danger. I'm verging on another power here. Essentially, my stomach acid is quite. The doctors called it the most corrosive substance he's seen in 20 years.
That would probably do it then. Yeah,
Okay,
you're
good.
probably fine. I'll cross those off. Yeah,
I
I've got
appreciate that.
got a few different folders here. You can see we've sort of sorted them by sort of outcome, general
Right.
themes, whether or not Angus, survives, that kind of thing.
Okay, hang on.
That's that category.
Concerning. Okay, I guess.
You want me to get rid of that folder? Is that
no? I mean, let's not rule out the ones where I survive. I'd say let's just keep those in play just for a moment. See what we got. Is there a folder of ones that lead to a gruesome death for either of us?
There's a cross-referenced across all of them. Those ones were difficult to
okay.
categorize on their own. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, so we sort of got some broad categories here. Now, I can't really make any huge suggestions, but there are ones that are, shall we call them, more stable than others.
Right. Okay, I see.
Major prophecies that only need a little bit of a nudge in order for those to become the prime timeline. Things like, let's see here. Yes, from short number 58, everybody becomes a big lizard and then lives together on the Eiffel Tower. That one is going to require some work, but if that's the one you want to go with, I cannot legally stop you.
I'm going to say, I don't know.
I always like Paris this time of year.
It's true, but like, honestly, Sal, like, do you want to be cold-blooded? Come on.
I suppose not. I do enjoy a casual tank top now and again.
It's true. Well, and it would be nice. Like, I mean, there isn't that much space on the Eiffel Tower. Sorry, did we live on the Eiffel Tower in this one?
With
yes,
everyone.
In this version of the future,
everyone
has to live on the Eiffel Tower because the oceans have covered the rest of France. Yes,
that just feels a little crowded, honestly. And like, I don't know. I'd be okay with nixing that one. Sal, do you got a strong?
Yeah, no.
I'm sorry, buddy. Buddy, I'm sorry.
We'll find a better one.
We can still get French food. Like, there's French food here in Super City.
Not for long. It's gonna be underwater.
That's fine. I'm sure that the powers that be that control Super City have figured out global warming and are not just gonna kick that can down the road. We'll see.
Man, yeah, we'll be fine this time. Any timeline that doesn't have a Super City is probably super effed.
We can get rid of those then. Yeah, we're making progress here.
Okay, good. That's a big folder. Okay.
All right, those are gone there. So yeah, narrowing it down. Here, why don't you read that one there? That's
okay.
Oh, I remember this one. This is the unborn road warrior child that I'm probably having. One day, my road warrior child will reclaim the mantle of leadership of the road warrior gang and cast down the tyrannical corpo overlords.
See, yes, that's a detailed one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now, this is obviously more in your ballpark, so I'll follow your lead on this one, Sal. But, that's a lot of pressure to put on a kid.
Yeah. And I already said last episode I had zero intention of being in their life. So
for their own good.
No, there was a whole assassination plot.
I think my other concern with that is like, so the corpo, the corporations that have taken over Super City, that have made it this kind of cyberpunk dystopia, when they're gone, what is the world when the road warrior gangs overthrow them? What kind of Super City are we left with? Are we in a worse spot than we were before?
What are you insinuating?
The chaos of road warrior gangs could be a greater of two evils potentially.
Yeah. Okay. No, I'm with you.
Yeah, I can see the recognition in your eyes. Like, that's a good point. Yeah.
That rarely ends well, I will say. A few different timelines have played out that way, and let's just say we had to separate those.
Now, I've noticed you've got this little this shredder here. You've got this little garbage can kind of shredder, and you're feeding all the ones that we're not doing into that.
Yes, that's the time shredder.
The time shredder. Okay, so we should be careful with that.
I shouldn't be running the shredded bits through my fingertips.
Once they've gone through, they are mostly inert, but I
Okay.
would keep anything you value, including appendages and memories, away from what we call the business end of the shredder.
Good to know.
Angus, look, one of my hands is old and the other one's very young.
Sal, stop. Okay. Okay. So we're doing good here. There's only a couple folders left. This is good.
Yes, take a look at this one, Angus. This one mainly concerns you.
Oh, right. This is the prophecy from our live show, Sal. Angus will be the last person on Earth.
That's a biggie. It's
Yeah.
what we in the Temporal Auditor Agency call a doozy.
A doozy.
There's some things to consider here, because I don't recall if they said all the other people on Earth died. They just said that you were the last one. We might have just gone to a different planet.
Yeah. Okay, and that doesn't sound so bad.
But you're just we left you behind. We forgot you.
It's pretty lonely.
We home alone you.
Yeah, I get home alone on this planet, on Earth. Okay, let's
It
I
also
guess put
does
this
not
in a maybe pile, I guess.
Okay, yeah, we can start a little maybe pile here. Let's just not let it get too carried away, but
Yeah, of course. Well,
I understand that one's a lot of responsibility, so
Yeah, I like the idea of not dying gruesomely, at least not as part of the prophecy. But I would definitely be lonely.
How about this death then? I've got a folder here of more conventional deaths.
Yeah,
oh, wow,
okay.
This is a good one. Look at
This
that.
one says
right through the chest.
Yeah, Sal will die in a car crash, but in old age.
Yeah.
There's a
That's the
few
first
others
shirt.
here. Yeah, there's
That's
a
right.
few other car crashes, but those all happen a lot sooner, so I figure you don't want to go with
Yeah.
those ones.
I'll level with you. I'm a little biased because this one more or less guarantees I get to live to an old age.
Yeah, of course.
Seems like a pretty sweet deal. And, I've been playing a lot more fast and loose recently, Angus.
Of course.
Not
Well,
looking both ways when I cross traffic.
And I think maybe this recklessness has kind of come from the knowledge that you're most likely going to live to be an old man, or at least until you buy old man makeup. I think that's what we agree on. Okay, well, let's put. I think that's our other one to put in the maybe.
We'll put that one in the maybe. I do want to caution you, because you're getting a lot of insight here into your eventual fates, which not a lot of people get. But there is such a thing as holes in plot armor. For example, dying in your old age does not protect you from being magically aged. For example.
Yeah, or suddenly teleported to a car crash in the future.
Yes, but on the other hand, it also does not tell us what will happen to your ghost. So
oh dear.
There are
That's
ways
true.
in which, and we don't know if Angus being the last man on Earth will mean no one ever comes back to the Earth.
Sure.
We can only see so far. We don't have exact dates here, but
Okay, so there's a little bit of hope there. A little bit.
There's perhaps some wiggle room, but you remember that you are making these decisions for the rest of Super City at the very least as well. A world in which Sal, dies in a car crash is a world in which, someone else is also probably in that crash.
Huh, you're right. I would never want to accidentally get anyone else involved in my horrific, if the shirt's anything to go by, a horrific car accident. And you're right.
Quite the visual.
Yeah, I wouldn't want a friend to be in there with me, so I don't know. Now, hold on. There's one more folder here.
That's right.
Is that just like it's a one-liner? It seems a bit of a waste.
Yeah, it's a interesting category. We call this folder here All Upside. Now, don't let the name deceive you. This folder concerns me.
Okay.
As you said, it's a one-liner here. Angus and Sal will be friends forever.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that was another one from the live show. One of our guests told us that I think we even perpetuated on through our following lives and stuff like that.
That's the part that concerns me. You can see I've underlined forever here.
Yeah.
Even a little squiggle there too. Wow.
Yeah. And is that a frowny face?
Well, that's the word processing software that we use at the Temporal Audit Agency. Does not understand the word forever.
Oh, I see. I see.
That's not supposed to be a thing.
Oh, so time ends?
Time does end.
Oh
Yes, we
no,
have a
that's
date
scary.
circled on the calendar.
Oh god.
Yes, it's somewhat of a joke to try to get interns to schedule meetings for past the end time.
Yeah. Oh,
But
That's funny.
that
That's
is a
funny.
good prank. That's a good prank. I like
it's
that. That's pretty harmless.
hilarious,
Yeah.
yes. But no, we've translated this prophecy into many different languages, both extant and dead and future.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how you interpret this, forever is not just a mistranslation of until death do you part. This does say forever.
So all of everything else will have come to an end.
All, everything, forever, all times.
But Angus and I will still be friends.
Yes.
That doesn't sound so bad, honestly. Like, I mean, I like hanging out with Sal. I feel like we've got a
It
good
might be
rapport.
fine. Yeah, friendship is a wonderful thing, gentlemen, but it is also a very powerful force.
Mhm.
So by
yeah.
choosing this prophecy, you would be marrying the power of friendship to the power of time.
Oh dear.
Is that bad? Once again, like all these words you're using, they sound like really good to me. Like friendship seems like an innately good quality. So I don't necessarily see a problem with us
Let me
being
put
friends.
it this
Sure.
way for you, Angus. You like the sun?
Yeah. Hey, frankly, I can't live without it. Am I right, guys? Budum tish. Anyone?
That is true. You ever want to give the sun a big old hug?
I guess in like a conceptually, but no, I guess it would burn me if I tried to hug it.
Yeah, you ever look at the sun for a long amount of time?
Yeah, I definitely have done that before.
Yeah,
As a
how's
kid,
that?
mainly.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
bad for my eyes, honestly. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not great for my
it's-
eyes. Yeah.
Too much of a good thing, even for the right reasons, can burn you in a both metaphorical and literal sense.
Angus and I's friendship would be like the sun.
Yeah.
And too much of it would burn us.
Yes, now we don't know for sure. This could be, for example, what happens if the both of you are destroyed at a spiritual level and cease to exist? Then,
What would happen to the universe at that point?
Well, that is a good question, and I am but a simple temporal auditor and not some sort of space lawyer or time warrior who concerns themselves with
You are
these
dabbing
things.
the sweat from your forehead quite a bit, though.
Yes, it's a lot to think about.
It is, yeah.
It's a little endearing whenever you tug on your suspenders while you're thinking.
With your thumb, yeah. And I didn't realize they made linen suits in bright orange. So
I had this dyed.
Oh, I see.
Nothing I say here, gentlemen, should be constituted as the official opinion of the TAA, nor legal temporal advice. But if you want my off-the-record opinion, this one is a biggin, and should not be chosen lightly. But again, it could be fun. It could be nothing. There are pros and cons to all four of these, and I think I can go ahead and shred this other folder of ones where you eat, just a little bit too much ice cream or anything like that.
Wait, hold on. No.
Oh. That didn't sound so bad, but it's gone. It's gone, Sal. Wow.
Okay, you know what?
This
I'm
is
just
tough,
gonna
man.
make a big decision right here.
What are you doing? Sal?
I've never been a big fan of knowing when or how I'm gonna die. I'm shredding the car accident.
Sal. Oh,
That's gone.
man, that was actually really
Oh wait, that was the Road Warrior one. That was my bad. Okay, now this one's the car accident.
wait.
And we're down to two then.
Sal, that's really sweet. I don't know if anyone's ever. I mean, you're right. You don't want to know when you die, but like by doing that, you've kind of prolonged my life, and I.
Oh yeah, I guess either of these kind of makes you immortal.
Not immortal, but certainly, I'd be around to see some interesting things, and I just mean, man, like that's really nice, man. I just like you know what, man? I don't want to be the last person on Earth. I say we ride this sucker out till the end, and then beyond that, forever, man. What do you say?
It sounds like I'm in it for the long one with you, friend.
Yeah, give me your hand. Yeah. God, your biceps are bigger than I was expecting.
I put my arms under the time shreds, and now I have my arms from when I was
You
20.
really gotta stop doing that.
Well, okay, well, shit. I think we figured this out. So we have one last prophecy, right?
This
is
this
it.
this is now the prophecy. Now, in order to ensure that I do not need to come back,
Of course, yeah.
you're prepared to put some of this in writing?
Yeah, right. Oh, okay. And I also had a question about this. Now that we know this, we're gonna live our lives knowing all this. Is there? I don't know. Do you guys wipe memories or anything like that? Or
Well, so that's the thing. If you sign enough of these forms, we might not have to. This
okay.
specifies that you will not use magic, sort of other superpowers, or various other time shenanigans, crossover episodes, or continuity errors to change the definition of friendship. Uh,
Yeah. Okay.
Reverse time in such a way that this never
Yeah. Of course.
happened,
Yeah.
or
Sure.
otherwise try
Of
to
course, yeah.
contravene this
Sure.
prophecy.
So
And that's
it's an anti-retcon clause.
Yeah,
This is not this paperwork we have seen before.
exactly. This is sort of our boilerplate, gentlemen. You just sort of, you sign here, you initial here. You will then already have initialed on this page, which is printed
Got it.
on time paper,
Got it.
of course. And that about does it. Now,
Okay.
if you do want your memories wiped, that is something we can file a form for, if that would make it easier. But
I don't know, man. What do you think? Because I don't want us stressing over the definition of friendship, being friends. I just want, honestly, dude, I just want to go back to the way it was, where we didn't have to worry about all this. We didn't have to worry about our futures, at least in the
context.
sense.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I'm perfectly fine having our mind wiped for I don't know. Go back about 3 episodes worth.
Yeah. Yeah, that seems fair.
Yeah.
all right, we can write something up.
That's
So
the
we're gonna.
temporal shenanigans.
Now,
Yeah.
3 episodes ago, I did have a medical procedure.
Yeah.
By having my memories erased, can you at least preserve the knowledge about my post-treatment stuff so I remember to do that?
That is gonna be another form.
Not a problem. I think it's really important I stay on top of my health.
Right. We'll leave you.
Did I show you my homunculus?
Oh God.
There it is. Yep.
Keep that away from the time shredder. I do not know what would happen. Yes, all right. So we'll do one form here, ensures the anti-retcon clause. You will be friends forever. We call that the BFF form.
Okay.
This form here, we're gonna. Now it's very convenient. You got all of this on recording, so we're gonna allow.
Yeah, in terms of memory wipes, the episodes will still be out there. Sal and I don't really listen to the show, so you don't have to worry about it.
So you're comfortable with other people having heard those?
Yeah, I think that's fine. I'm fine with it. Are you fine with that, Sal? Yeah,
I see no issue.
Yeah, we'll just tell them it's improvised. It's all made up, kind of thing. We'll just tell them that it's a bit.
Yes, we call that the UBC defense. So
the UBC or the UCB?
No, it's the University of British Columbia, famously is all made up. Mm-hmm. None of those degrees are real.
None of the points matter. Yeah.
None of the points matter. Yes. Drew Carey University. And then, so we'll erase all of that. And then we got one final form here is that we're going to put Sal in a sort of memento kind of situation where you have notes to yourself about post-medical treatment care that you do not understand, but for some reason follow.
Okay.
Which is...
It'll likely be alarming, but yeah, no, I'll sign.
Perfect. All right. Well, thank you very much. I will take all of this back to headquarters, and all going according to plan, it'll be like none of this happened.
So I guess when you leave, we'll forget we ever talked to you, right?
That is, unfortunately, the lot of life for a TAA, yes. There is one thing, though.
Wait. Before you leave, I gotta do something.
Yes,
I have to cancel that order of shirts.
Good. Yeah, because we don't want those popping up.
Yeah.
Oh,
all right.
and also, any damage caused by a time device is irreversible. So,
course, that guy's-
Chuck's desk, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's done. That's
Good. But he just had a bunch of pictures of his family on it. I don't think it's a big a deal.
great. We can erase his memory of those people.
Good.
That'll be no problem.
Yeah, good. It needs to be taken down a peg.
Perfect. All right. Well, y'all take care of yourselves now. You hear?
Yeah. Before you leave, I want to say it was a real pleasure talking to you, getting to know you, Altoid. I hope now at this point I could maybe call you Altoid.
I think that would be all right, since it's probably the last thing you'll ever say to me.
Wow. Yeah. Well, it was a pleasure. Thank you for coming on the show, and I hope I never see you again.
The standard time authority greeting and goodbye. Yes. All right, gentlemen. I hope I never see you again.
Bye, Altoid.
Bye.
It went sideways on the way. I wonder where he's going.
What's that, Sal? Sorry,
It
I spaced out for a second there.
What are we talking about?
I feel like the recording's been going for a while. We must have done an episode. I don't
know.
really remember
Just release it. It's
I'll
fine.
just slap some title on this.
Yeah.
That's gonna do it for us here at Heroes Don't Do Paperwork. For those of you listening at home, remember, try to do the right thing.
This is normally the part where we do like a thing that's vaguely related to the episode we just recorded, and then like it wraps it up.
Yeah, I don't know. I got some fortune cookies here. Do you want to crack some of those open?
Oh yeah, let's read fortune cookies.
Oh, you will make a name for yourself. Wonder what that means.
Red is not your color. That's just rude.
Oh, that is rude. Hey everybody, Angus here. As always, Sal Bedfellow was played by Matthew Wally. Altoid Bench was played by Jonas Mclean. Jonas also does a show on the Podcavern Network called Arcane Ninja RPG. If you like role-playing, improv, ninjas, any of those things, check it out. It's a fun time. If you want to support the show or any of the other shows on the Podcavern Network, head on over to podcavern.com and check out our merch store. We've got lots of cool hats, hoodies, t-shirts, stuff like that. Anything you buy there helps us keep the lights on here. Thanks for listening.